Welcome to all the students for this video class. So today in 11th standard, the first chapter, the last class we have discussed about relations, the definitions of relations and types of relations, and we have seen some examples. Particularly in page number 15, illustration 1.4 up to sum number 3 we have discussed. Today we are going to start example 4 from illustration 1.4. So all of you take your book and go to page number 15 and see illustration 1.4, fourth sum. On a set of natural numbers, let R be the relation defined by x related to y if x plus y equal to 21. That is the relation. You select any number x and y, but the value x plus 2y equal to 21, and also the value x and y are from natural numbers. So what are natural numbers? The natural numbers is defined n, which is a set of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. It's going on up to infinity. So it is better to write the relation explicitly. The relation R is the set. The relation R எப்படி define பண்ணிக்கிறாங்க அப்படின்னா x plus 2y equal to 21. So you use the value for x, maybe 1 or 2, whatever it may be, and y also some other natural number, but the total of x plus 2y must be 21. If you put x equal to 1 and y equal to 10, you will get x plus 2y 21. So x equal to 1 means 1, then y equal to 10 means 2 into 10, 20, 20 plus 1, 21. Now you put x equal to 1 and find the value for y, it is better. If you put x equal to 1, then 2y equal to 21 minus 1. 21 minus 1 is 20, so 2y equal to 20, y equal to 10. So the pair is 1, 10. If you put x equal to 2, what happen? Here is 2, then 2y equal to 21 minus 2. 21 minus 2 is 19. So 2y equal to 19, y equal to 19 by 2, 9.5. So if we put x equal to 2, we will get y equal to 19.5. Sorry, y equal to 9.5. But y 9.5, which is not a natural number, so it is not possible to give x equal to 2. So if you put x equal to 3, y equal to 9, and also x plus 2y is 21. X equal to 3, then y equal to 9. 2 into 9, 18. 18 plus 3, 21. Likewise, you give x equal to 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. The corresponding y values are 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is the relation R. This is obtained by using this relationship between x and y, that is x plus 2y equal to 21. Now we verify one by one whether it is R is reflexive or symmetric or transitive. So first one for reflexive. So the set is natural number. So how many numbers are in natural number? The numbers starting from 1, 1, 2, 3, etc. So if it is reflexive, then all the elements 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, etc. must belongs to R. But here no such element in R. 1, 1 doesn't belongs to R. 1 plus 1, here they use belongs to R. Here doesn't belongs to R. 1, 1 doesn't belongs to R. Likewise 2, 2 is also not belongs to R. Therefore R is not reflexive. And see here 1, 10 belongs to R. If it is symmetric, then 10, 1 also must be belongs to R. But 10, 1 doesn't belongs to R. Therefore it is not symmetric. Likewise 3, 9 belongs to R, and you find an element starting with 9. So 9, 6 also belongs to R, but the 3, 6 doesn't belongs to R. 3, 6 doesn't belongs to R. Therefore, R is not transitive. So this is an example for all the properties are not satisfied. So it is not reflexive, not symmetric, not transitive, and hence it is not an equivalence relation. So likewise, some more examples in illustration 1.4. You see fifth one, x equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and R equal to empty set. So x is given to be 1, 2, 3, 4, but R is defined as the relation empty set, where 5 is the empty set. So now verify the relations. 1, 1 is it belongs to R? No. 2, 2, no. 3, 3, 4, 4, nothing. Therefore, it is not reflexive. So it is given 1, 1 doesn't belongs to R. It need not be 1, 1, it may be 2, 2. So all the elements 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4 must belongs to R, then it is reflexive. But here everything is not in R and hence it is not reflexive. As we cannot find, so but empty set contains, so you see some example. Suppose in R, A, B belongs to R and B, C belongs to R, implies A, C doesn't belongs to R, means it is not transitive. Likewise, A, B belongs to R, but B, A doesn't belongs to R, means it is not symmetry. But here only empty set, nothing is there, and hence no such element AB belongs to R such that BA doesn't belongs to R. Likewise, no such element A, B and B, C belongs to R and A, C doesn't belongs to R, and hence the empty set must be a symmetric as well as transitive. If it is, அதாவது வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இது வந்து சிமெட்ரிக்காக இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் ஏபிங்கிறது இருந்து பிஏ இல்லாமல் இருந்தால் தான் சிமெட்ரிக் இல்லை. இப்போ ஏபிஏ இல்லை அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் அதை பற்றி நம்ம யோசிக்கவே தேவையில்லை, இது வந்து சிமெட்ரிக் தான். அதே மாதிரி தான் டிரான்சிட்டிக்கும் அதே மாதிரி தான். சரி, அடுத்தது the universal relation is always an equivalence relation. யூனிவர்சல் ரிலேஷன் அப்படின்னா என்னென்னா, இப்போ வந்து எக்ஸாம்பிளுக்கு எடுத்துக்கலாம், ஏங்கிற ஒரு செட் எடுக்கிறோம். ஏங்கிற செட் வந்து 1, 2, 3, 4ன்னு எடுக்கிறோம். இதுதான் ஏ. வாட் இஸ் மீன் பை யூனிவர்சல் ரிலேஷன்? தி ரிலேஷன் ஆர் இஸ் நத்திங் பட் you find the value of A cross A, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, and then 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4. Likewise 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4. So if all elements present in R, then R is called universal relation. That is all possible value in A cross A. That is called universal relation. So universal relation always satisfies the basic properties. What are they? Reflexive, symmetric, and hence transitive. So the next one, if a relation contains a single element, then the relation is transitive. If a relation contains a single element, so for example 1, 1. So the relation contains only 1, 1, 1 or 1, 2, whatever it may be, then automatically it is transitive. Why it is transitive means 1, 1 belongs to R, then you start with 1, suppose 1, 1 belongs to R, then for transitive you need, if you want to check whether it is transitive or not, we need one more element, but here only one element is there. If one element is there, then no need to verify whether it is transitive or not, it is always transitive. So now we see some example after the illustration 1.4. So example 1.10. See the book, all of you refer the book now. Example 1.10. Check the relation R equal to 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, n. Given S equal to 1, 2, 3 up to n. So this is the set Based on the set, a relation R is defined like this. Now you have to verify each and every property, that is reflexive, symmetric, transitive. See here, all the elements in S are related with itself in R. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, n, n. So R is reflexive. That is, for every A belongs to S, A comma A must be in R. Each element in S, A comma A belongs to R. So R is reflexive. Likewise, for every A comma B belongs to R, there is B comma A belongs to R. Since all the elements 1, 1, so 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, n, 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 n. So all the elements like AB in R means BA also belongs to R, and hence R is symmetric. Since here A and B are equal. So the next one, R is also transitive. Why it is transitive means, here 1 comma 1 belongs to R. Then there is no other element starting with 1. If it is another element starting with 1 means there is need of checking whether it is transitive or not. But now no such condition is arise here, and hence it is transitive. So R is an equivalence relation because R satisfies all the three properties, namely reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. And example 1.11, you see the book again. Let S equal to 1, 2, 3, and here is a relation rho. Just you define S is 1, 2, 3. Instead of R, they given just a name rho. So rho is defined as 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 3, 3, 1. This is the relation defined in this example. The question is, first one, is rho reflexive? If not, state the reason and write the minimum set of ordered pairs to be included to rho so as to make it reflexive. So verify whether it is reflexive or not. So if it is reflexive means every element in S must be related with itself. That is, here are the elements 1, 2, 3. Therefore 1 comma 1 belongs to rho, 2 comma 2 belongs to rho, 3 comma 3 belongs to rho. So see here 1 comma 1 S belongs to rho. You don't bother about 1 comma 2. Verify whether 2 comma 2 belongs to R rho. Yes, it is there. But 3 comma 3 doesn't belongs to rho. So it is not reflexive as 3 comma 3 doesn't belongs to, you state the reason also, it is not reflexive as 3 comma 3 doesn't belongs to R. It is rho. So if we add 3 comma 3 to the relation rho, then it will become reflexive. Okay. Now you see the second question. Is rho symmetric? If not, state the reason. Write minimum number of ordered pairs to be included to rho so as to make it symmetric, and write the minimum number of ordered pairs to deleted from rho so as to make it symmetric. So they ask whether rho is symmetric or not. So it is not symmetric because here 1 comma 2 belongs to rho, but 2 comma 1 doesn't belongs to rho. So 1 comma 3 in rho, 3 comma 1 is also rho, but 2 comma 1 doesn't belongs to rho. Therefore, if you include 2 comma 1, then certainly it is symmetric. So it is not symmetric since 1 comma 2 belongs to P rho, but 2 comma 1 doesn't belongs to rho. So if we add 2 comma 1 to rho, or we delete 1 comma 2 from rho, we get rho is symmetric. Suppose this element is not included, then automatically rho is symmetric. Or if you include 2 comma 1 to rho, then it is symmetric. So you add either 2 comma 1 or you delete 1 comma 2. You see the third subdivision. Is row transitive? If not, state the reason. Write the minimum number of ordered pairs to be included to row so as to make it transitive, and write minimum number of ordered pairs to be deleted from row so as to make it transitive. So is row transitive? Transitive means here 3 1 and 1 3 belongs to row. If it is transitive, then 3 3 must be in row, but 3 3 doesn't belongs to row. Also 3 1 and 1 2 belongs to row, and 3 2 doesn't belongs to row. Hence it is not transitive. So if this is not, if the first case fails, then automatically it is not transitive. Here there are two possibilities. So to make row as transitive, add 3 3 and 3 2 to row. 3 3 for the first case and 3 2 for the second case. And see the fourth one. Is row an equivalence relation? If not, write the minimum ordered pairs to be included to row so as to make it an equivalence relation. So row is not an equivalence relation as it does not satisfy the reflexive property, symmetric relation and transitive, and hence it is not equivalence relation. But if you add 3 3, 2 1 and 3 2, if you add these quantities to row to get row as an equivalence relation. So to make row as equivalence relation, these 3 ordered pairs to be included in row. That's all. This is a very interesting and important problem, and it is very easy for you also. And you see the next example 1.12. Let A equal to 0 1 2 3. Construct relation on A of the following types. They asked to construct relations based on the given condition. The first one, not reflexive, not symmetric, not transitive. Not reflexive, not symmetric, not transitive. So it is not at all reflexive, symmetric, transitive. So just you give an example R1. The elements must be from A. So you take R1, which is a subset of A cross A. So in A cross A, it consists 16 elements. So now it is not reflexive means 0 0 1 1 2 2 3 3. Of these 4, any one is absent in R1, then it is automatically it is not reflexive. So here given 0 1 and 1 2. So it is an example. Suppose instead of 0 1 1 2, just you write 0 1, it is also not reflexive. But they asked to find not symmetric. 0 1 present in R1, 1 0 is also present in R1 means then it may be symmetric. But 1 2 2 1, 0 1 1 0, 1 2 2 1 means it is symmetric. But 0 1 0 1 belongs to R1, but 1 0 doesn't belongs to R1. Likewise 1 2 belongs to R1, 2 1 doesn't belongs to R1. Therefore it is not symmetric. And verify for transitive. 0 1 belongs to R1, 1 2 belongs to R1. If it is transitive, then 0 2 must be in R1, but here 0 2 0 1 1 2 means 0 2, but 0 2 does not belongs to R1, and hence it is not transitive. The second case, they asked to find a relation transitive but not reflexive and symmetric. It must be only transitive. So transitive means you see here it is not reflexive, it is not symmetric. So 1 2 belongs to R2, 2 1 doesn't belongs to R2, 2 1 no. So it is not symmetric. But for verify for transitive, 1 2 it is not reflexive also, because 1 1 0 0, 2 2 3 3, nothing is there here, so it is not reflexive. But for transitive, 1, 2 belongs to R2, 2, 3 belongs to R2, 1, 3 must be belongs to R2. Yes, here is there. Then next we see the next one, 1, 3 belongs to R2, but no element starting with 3, so no problem. So it is transitive. The elements here is certainly satisfy the transitive property. 1, 2, 2, 3, then 1, 3 must be here. So the next one, third one, symmetric but not reflexive and transitive. It must be symmetric. 1, 2 belongs to R3, 2, 1 belongs to R3. Therefore it is symmetric. But it is not transitive because 1, 2 belongs to R3, 2, 1 belongs to R3, but 1, 1 doesn't belongs to R3, so it is not transitive. Reflexive, it is not reflexive because 0, 0 not there, 1, 1 not there, 2, 2 not there, 3, 3 not there. So it is not reflexive and transitive, it is only symmetric. Fourth one, symmetric, transitive but not reflexive. Symmetric and transitive, it is not reflexive. Reflexive means 0, 0, 1, 1. Likewise elements we need, but no element is here. 1, 1 is there, but 0, 0 not there. Symmetric means 1, 2, 2, 1, then 1, 1 is there. It is transitive. 1, 2 means 2, 1 is there, so it is symmetric also. Likewise the next one, reflexive but not symmetric and transitive, only reflexive. So reflexive means we need 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So if all these elements present in the particular relation, then it must be reflexive. So here it is reflexive. Then symmetric, transitive property to be violated. So here 1, 2 belongs to R5. Then starting from 2, 2, 3 is there, but 1, 3 doesn't belongs to R5, so it is not transitive. Likewise 1, 2 in R5, but 2, 1 not in R5, so it is not symmetric also. Then sixth one, reflexive, transitive but not symmetric. It is not symmetric. So reflexive, so all these must lies here, so it is reflexive. Transitive, 1, 1 belongs to R6, 1, 3 also belongs to R6, and hence the 1, 3 must be in R6. Yes, 1, 3 here, and you compare with 1, 3 and 3, 3, 1, 3 and 3, 3, again 1, 3. Okay, so hence it is transitive. You see the seventh property, seventh subdivision, reflexive, symmetric but not transitive. Reflexive means all the elements 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So okay. The next one, you have to verify whether it is symmetric. 1, 2, 2, 1. Okay. 2, 3, 3, 2. Okay. So 1, 2 reflexive, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. So it is reflexive. But symmetry 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. Okay. Verify for transitive. You see here 1, 2 and 2, 3. You take these two. 1, 2, 2, 3 belongs to R7, but 1, 3 doesn't belongs to R7, and hence it is not transitive. The next one, reflexive, symmetric, transitive. So it must satisfy all the thing. So it just you take 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So all the entries are related with itself, and hence it is transitive, reflexive. If each element is related with itself in all the ordered pairs, then automatically it is symmetric as well as transitive. So the relation R8 is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, and also we can write it is an example for equivalence relation also, because this relation satisfies the basic relations reflexive, symmetry and transitive relations. Now you see the one more example 1.13. in the set Z of integers, define m related to n if m minus n is a multiple of 12. So m related to n means that is the m and n are related in what way? M minus n is a multiple of 12. Prove that R is an equivalence relation. Where the relation is defined in the set of integers. In what way? M is related to n means m minus n is a multiple of 12. Multiple of 12 also we can say it is divisible by 12 also. So first one you see here m minus m equal to 0. You see it, is it correct or not? M minus m. So 12 minus 12, 3 minus 3. So m minus m equal to 0, which is a multiple of 12, and hence R is reflexive. So each element you subtract every element with itself, then the answer is 0. 0 is a multiple of 12. 0 is a multiple of any number, and hence it is a multiple of 12, since it is divisible by 12, and hence R is reflexive. M related to n implies m minus n equal to 12k. M related to n means automatically m minus n is a multiple of 12. Multiple of 12 means 12k. Here k is a integer. So 12k. K may be 1 or 2 or 3 or minus 1 or minus 5, whatever it may be. It is an integer, positive integer or negative integer. Now you see the n value of n minus m. N minus m can be written as minus of m minus n. Here is n, not m. So m minus n. So m minus n is 12. So here is minus. So minus 12k. Therefore if m minus n means 12k means, then automatically n minus m is minus 12k. If you need a practical example, you take m equal to 3, n equal to 15. Then find the value for m minus n. So 3 minus 15. 3 minus 15 is minus 12. So this can be written as 12 into minus 1. So here the value of k is minus 1. So what is n minus m for this example? N minus m is, n is 15, here is 3, so 12. So 12 into 1. Here the value of k is 1. There minus 1. Or you write like this, just 12k, here is minus 12k, just you write minus 12 itself. Minus 12 into 1, 12 into 1. So whatever it may be, minus 12 into 1 or 12 into 1, both are multiple of 12. Therefore, if m minus n is a multiple of 12, then automatically n minus m is also multiple of 12, and hence it is symmetric. The next one, m related to n means m minus n equal to 12k. And n related to p, for transitive we need 3 elements. So m, n, p. So m related to n means m minus n equal to 12k. N related to p means n minus p equal to 12l, where k and l belongs to z. So m minus p equal to m minus n plus n minus p equal to 12k plus 12l equal to 12 into k plus l. You see here m minus p equal to m minus n plus n minus p. What we do? Here m minus n plus n minus p. Just add and subtract n. So the original value is m minus p. Why we add n and subtract n means we have the value for m minus n and also the value for n minus p. So you write m minus p in terms of m minus n and n minus p. So the value m minus n is nothing but 12k. and the value n minus p is nothing but 12l. If you take 12 outside, which is k plus l, so which is a multiple of 12. So whatever be the value given for k and l, 12 into k plus l is a multiple of 12. So finally we reach m comma m related to n and n related to p implies m related to p, which is a multiple of 2, or you can write it, which implies m related to p. Therefore the relation is transitive. Hence R is transitive. Hence R satisfies all the properties. What are the properties? The basic one, the first one reflexive, the second one symmetric, the third one transitive, and hence R is an equivalence relation. So the value, if m comma n, m related to n, if m minus n is a multiple of 12, then automatically it is an equivalence relation. So up to this, you thorough all the example problems from this video, then try to solve problems from exercise also. Don't forget to copy all the problems in the classwork notebook also. We will meet from the next class. We will need the from the next class. We try to start the lesson functions. It is also some basic concepts we have studied in 10th standard also. So in detail we can see in the next class. Thank you.